Greetings, everyone. Ben Murray here. Welcome to another edition of SaaS Metrics School. So today, talking about GRR, and this is a student question that came up this week in my SaaS Metrics Foundation course. And the question was, well, what is the impact of gross revenue retention on valuation? Now, that's a great question because everybody looks at things differently when it comes to valuation, but there are things we can do that we can have control over. So we're ready for those valuation discussions. One, of course, is calculating gross revenue retention correctly. And of course, gross revenue retention, or GDR, GRR, is the amount of recurring revenue that we retain from our existing customer base after accounting for contraction and churn. Of course, this maxes out at 100%. And I consider 95% and above best in class if you're targeting larger ACV contracts. So first we have to calculate GRR. We have to annualize it correctly. We always go through that in my course. And now the valuation impact. So again, everybody looks at things differently. I talked to some PE firms, and one PE firm I was talking to who hunts for deals where the SaaS companies are less than 10 million ARR, and they're looking for a gross revenue retention of at least 90% and above. One, if the company cannot calculate their own gross revenue retention, this PE firm passes. And again, PE stands for private equity. And if it's below 90%, it's a hard pass. So again, everybody has their different thresholds, their secret sauce when assessing and evaluating companies, but we need to calculate it. We need to understand it. And then, of course, we need to benchmark it. How do we compare against our SaaS peers? And again, we can't benchmark our business against aggregate benchmarks. That's dangerous to our SaaS health. If we are targeting contracts worth $200,000 a year, the expectations on that type of business are much different than if I'm selling a self-service product where I swipe a credit card and I pay $20 a month. No onboarding, no setup. So those are very different profiles. The benchmarks are going to be very different. We're expecting higher retention for that 200K contract size company and lower retention for the, say, $20 a month product. So we have to benchmark our business, but benchmark it based on the profile of our business. Now, I think the best benchmarks in the business are from Ray Reich at benchmarkit.ai. You can get your custom benchmarks for free if you go over there. And I think you can also go to SaaSKPIbenchmarks.ai as well. So first, calculate our retention, annualize it correctly, and then understand the valuation impact. And of course, benchmark our GRR against the appropriate benchmarks. And then we're measuring, assessing this on a monthly basis. So GRR must-have metric for our board, investors, potential investors. So hopefully you found value in this episode. If you did, love a 5-star rating and review. Thanks a lot.